Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Jesse's Card Empire. And today we are going to play some standard. We're going to do a standard event today, and we are going to be playing probably my favorite deck of standard right now, which is Rouges. Absolutely love them. Go to character type in a lot of RPGs. I just love playing Rogues. So we're gonna play it today in standard. We're gonna take it through a best of one ladder. So our goal is to get 7 wins and get the big payout of 1,000 gold and 3 cards. 500 gold to enter the event. The break even is what here? 4 wins. So I think we can at least break even. But I also think we can make some profit. So let's go ahead and start jamming some games. Best of one here, so we're not going to mess around with sideboarding. And then later on stream, Thursday, we're going to start climbing the ranked ladder. I think we can keep this because of the MDFCs. Because we have double Agadeem's Awakening. I think this is fine. We have double Soaring Thought Thief. We can do stuff. Opponent mulled to 6. Starting off with Temple of Deceit, so probably also Rogues. And they are the Gray Fox, which, if you don't know, is a fantastic reference to Skyrim. The Gray Fox is the title given to the Master Thief or the leader of the Thieves Guild. So, them possibly being rogues with the name Gray Fox really tickles my fancy. So yeah, we're actually looking pretty good now because we drew this island. Yep. I could have lofty denied that, but I think it's better to let it resolve because we have 2 of them, so I'm not super concerned. Although this does let them hold up a counter for ours. Yep. We'll run out our Thought Thief, see if they counter it here. Okay, so they're gonna burn their life, which is fine. I will pay for it. And I will pass. Goal here, obviously, is get them to swing, and we can at least kill the Wind Robber. We will go Thieves Guild first. So they're down to 2 cards in hand, which I really like. Sure. Because we only have 3 in grave? Yeah. Resolve all that. And then we get to snipe the Wind Robber before it can mill. Pay for your life again. Well, they have me. Activate that. Pick up Thieves Guild. Get in for the same amount of damage, but then we get to take their Soaring Thought Thief. Boom. So they get to get in for 6 here. No blocks. Sure. And they play their final land, so they're empty-handed. And we drew exactly what we wanted to draw. So we're going to go Thieves Guild. Mill our opponent. Rankle. Mill our opponent. And then mill our opponent a bunch more. But we're swinging on them with a lot of damage. So they have to block with Wind Robber and cash it in for maximum value. Or they chump and let it go. But this means we're getting it with Zareth Sand. And we're going to reanimate another card, which is pretty fire. Yep, they cash it in to draw a card. They take a bunch. They go to 3. And then we get to get back their Nighthawk Scavenger. Sure. And mill them some more. And I think we've outrogued our opponent here. I mean, if they have a kill spell for the Nighthawk, it could be a little sketch. So they got to land. Like, they can hit us for 6 if they can kill this Nighthawk. And we go to 1. Mill. Sure. Block. Because it's their scavenger, so I don't care if we trade it. Because we just have them dead on the crackback here, so. See what they do. I don't know that they... Yeah, okay, they scoop. They scoop, but they wanted to show us the Brazen Borrower. Okay, that's cool. Now, had they have Brazen Borrowed beforehand, they still would have only put us to 1, so... Alright, there's our first win. Let's jump back into the fray here. Oh my. I think we can keep this. The Agadeem works out. We can go Temple of Deceit into Agadeem. I'm pretty okay with that. Even better, we drew an island. I don't want that island, though. I would like another swamp. Like a swamp. We do not have any early game rogues, which is annoying. We do have a ton of interactions, so... We have kill spells and counter spells and all sorts of lovely things. We're just going to start leaving our mana up. It's a Scooze. That is inherently good against us. Let's pass turn. Let's just keep our mana up. Brushfire Elemental. Sure. So let's Heartless Act. Kill this elemental so it doesn't get out of control. Boom. And then our opponent can get in for 2. Crack their Fabled Passage, get another land. That's fine. All that is perfectly fine. We're probably going to bolt ourselves for 3. Yep, we're going to have to bolt ourselves for 3 here. And we'll pay the life because I want to run out a Wind Robber. And then we'll just pass, because that means we have counter, removal, or just flash in threat, and all of those are pretty good. I'm pretty happy with all that, so whatever they need to do, we have an answer for it. Also, they have 3 cards in graveyard, so we can counter pretty easily. Sure. Yep, you get in for 2. No blocks. And we'll just go ahead and flash in Thought Thief. They will eat their own thing there, which is fine. I don't really care. Because they're like, oh, he can't hit it with Heartless Act now. But it's not Heartless Act that I have for removal on Skoos if it becomes a threat. So I think right here, we just snipe Skoos. So then their options are either run out Love Shark Beast, or they have to play something out of their hand. And I don't want them getting all that life. So they run out the Love Shark Beast. That's fine. We can handle that. They can get in for 1, sure. Alright, if we can find 1 more land, I think we're in a pretty good spot. Because then we can play Rankle and Swing. That's not another land, but that does work. Huh. Let's go to combat. And attack. See what they mill. And we're just gonna pass. I could run out the Scavenger, but I think it's better to hold up the Lofty Denial. So that way we can just counter if they try to do something, and if not, then we can flash in another Thought Thief and start beating him down. Bone Crusher to face. Sure. So they get in for 6. I could flash in Thought Thief here and kill the token, but I don't think it's relevant. I'd rather hold up the mana for whatever they attempt to do. Because if they have like a pump spell or a cleave, I'd rather have the denial for that. Yup. I was right on reading the cleave. So we got a 4. Sure. Our turn. Alright, so... So we can reanimate a Love Shark Beast? Okay. Let's do that. Oops. Well, never mind. We're going to run out Nighthawk Scavenger. I clicked through that by accident. We're just going to end turn. Hopefully that doesn't come back to haunt us. If they have a second cleave, we're just dead. Brushy Brush, sure. Yep. He's a 3/3. Pass to attackers. Pass to blockers. We will block like that. Because he doesn't have double red for another cleave, so I'm not concerned there. He gets us for 4, but we gain 7. Plays Bone Crusher. Yep, that's fine. So Mill to Cleave. Zareth. Pick up Wind Robber. Put them to 5. Reanimate Lovestruck Beast. And then replay Wind Robber. And pass the turn. So now we have a good blocker line. We have good blocks. They're in a precarious position. And we can Rankle with haste next turn, which honestly feels pretty good. Like, the only thing I think that gets us here is Cleave. Because if they try to, like, stomp the Wind Robber, we just sack it in response. And then they don't get their Bone Crusher. Brushfire Elemental, unless they have the double pump, gets just crushed by Lovestruck Beast. So, yeah, that's fine. It's a 3/3. What's your attack line? Everything. Pass to blocks. Oh, they're giving us the GGs, so they must have the Cleave. Oh! They didn't have it! They scooped it up! Oh, we beat the Cleave! We beat the Cleave. There we go. Taking down Gruul Adventures. Probably... I don't know if it's necessarily one of the best decks of the format, but it is one of the most played decks of the meta. It's currently sitting at like 29% of the meta is like Gruul Adventures. And then everything else is really wide open. To be fair, I think everything else is wide open because there's like 6 different variants of Urion. There's like Bant Urion, Azorius Urion, what is it, Sultai Urion. Like, there's so many variants of Urion that I think that's one of the reasons why it doesn't have as much representation. This is a pretty dope hand. We'll keep this. Agadeem. We'll take the damage. Of course, it is mono. Flash that in. Boom. Mill. Play that. Run out that. Get some more mill. Oh, already mill to Cleave. No attacks. I would like to find another blue source. No blocks. Come on in. Yep. Opponent gets in for 1. Bone Crusher Thieves Guild. That's unfortunate. So let's attack. And I guess we're just gonna hold up Lofty Denials / bouncing with the Borrower. Phoenix of Ash, A. We'll denial that for now. Yep. So that's 6 cards in the yard. There's a land. Get a scry. We'll keep that on top. I want the other land. Boom. This could be a rough matchup because they have the Phoenix. So How much is it? 3 other cards? Yeah. And he's pretty much just going to always be live. He's about to Phoenix again. And we will Lofty Denial again. That. We will Zereth Sand. Submit. Boom. Hit them for 4. And then we will take the Phoenix. Boom. Okay. That's how we get around it. That's how we get around it. They play Bone Crusher, that's fine. So, either action, life gain, yeah, you can just get in for 1. I think racing them is more important. We're gonna try to tempo them out here. Sure, yeah, that makes them have to burn the shock. And a fervent champion, that's fine. Ooh. Do you want to give up fervent champion? You will. Okay. Run out Wind Robber and pass. So now we trade the Charger with the Wind Robber, and they establish hopefully just 1 threat. Grimrock, okay. You do realize it doesn't get first threat. Okay, so they hit that for 3, and then they can kill Zereth with a stun. Sure. Okay. So let's go for the wider life gain play here. Do they have removal for the Scavenger? They can shrink the Scavenger because of Phoenix, which they're about to do now. So now everything is 3/3. And then play Rimrock? Sure. So let's Rankle. Hit them for 4. I didn't want to start discarding with Rankle until we burn this Drown the Lock on removal. Robber, sure. I mean, I think a land would be ideal here. Thieves go first. Get in for free. Make them discard. Rip the last card out of their hand. It's a shock. Okay, well then... they have game. They just reanimate the Phoenix, and they swing with everything. There's nothing we can do. Good game. Scoop it up! Yep. That was a little rough, but, I mean, they're poised just to win this matchup because of the Phoenix. They have, like, now that rogues are just running around randomly milling people, Phoenix is a really good red card, because it just plays against rogues really well, and I don't think there's a good way to beat it, other than, like, stealing it or Soul Guide Lantern or something. Alrighty, we'll keep this. We actually have a reasonable number of lands that aren't MDFCs. Run out a Wind Robber. Opponent led with a Hellhound, so landfall, probably Gruul landfall. If I had to guess. Let's see what we're up to here. Bone Crusher's Wind Robber, sure, seems a little aggressive. We will swamp and pass, so that way we can either Drown in the Lock, Lofty Denial, or Thought Thief. Mountain, sure. We'll just take the 2. I think that's fine. And we will off that. Well, we will run out a Wind Robber and pass the turn. Because then we have either a kill spell, the flash creature, or a very weak counter right now because there's only one card in their yard. Fervent Champion. Sure. That's fine. We're gonna get greedy here. We're gonna attempt to flash in Thought Thief and block Champion for the kill, so we don't have to burn removal spell on it. But if they have a pump spell, we just lose it. Okay. They have the ability to stomp it, and then their first strike damage will be enough to kill it. Unfortunate, but I wanted to take the riskier line there. What do we want to draw? Probably another Soaring Thought Thief would be good. We have plenty of lands. Spike Field. Ooh. That's rough. Yeah, we're just going to hold it up and pass. Pass to attackers. Ooh, drown and lock that. Yep. Heartless Axe. Boom. We will play that as the land. Run out Rankle. Hit him for 3. And discard. Boom. Strip the last card out of their hand. It was a second cleave. Jesus. They always have the cleave. So then, sure, they Bone Crusher, Mountain. And then we hit them with the each player sacks a creature. Boom. Robber, sure. I mean, yes, you can get aggressive. You can hit me for 6, but that doesn't really do much for you. But if you keep it up as a way to block, there you go. Yeah, that's probably the right choice for our opponent. No attacks. We just go chill mode now. So, drawing a removal for Robber puts us back on the attack plan. No blocks. Take the 6. Take 10? Sure. Yep. Each player loses 1 life and draws a card. And of course we drew an island. Good game, and we're dead. Again, I think mono red is just the matchup that this deck has a rough time with. Between Phoenix and them outpacing us. Alright, next game. Running our best of ones here. Obviously, I'm recording. It is day after Election Day. Video will probably also be up today. I didn't stream last night. For those of you who don't know, I am streaming now. Link is in the description, but that's why I keep staring at my phone, is because we still don't know who the next president is. And it's very close. This is probably one of the closest election. What is it? This is the closest election since the 1800s, when it was literally by 1 electoral college vote that the guy won. No blocks. Take it. Teamer Adventures here. I probably should have traded with Edgewall Innkeeper. That was probably dumb. Let's Lofty Denial that. So now they could go land drop. Okay, yeah, I'm glad I Lofty Denialed that. I just had a feeling. When they swung with Edgewall Innkeeper, that showed that they were willing to get a little bit more aggressive than I was down for. Let's go Temple. We'll leave the Heartless Act on top. Milled the Cleave. You'll love to see it. Yep. Make it the pumpy pump. We'll blow it out. Just gonna start getting them under control. Scoos a. Sure. They're gonna eat one of their own creatures. Get in for 1. We'll mill him. And we're gonna play that tapped, and we will pass. We have Thieves Guild Enforcer to blow out the Scoos. So he can gain a bunch of life and dump a bunch of creatures out of his yard. Sure. We'll just rip all the counters off of it. I think that's what we have to do. And we'll just take the damage. I want them to run something else out. They didn't. So we're gonna Thieves Guild. I love rogues, but I think one of the reasons they don't do well in the ladder is just because of all the things that they goodbye. Boom. Opponent gave us premature GGs there, so yeah, that felt good. Edgewall Innkeeper, sure. Yeah, I'll take the one. Plays the land. Well, let's just start Nighthawk Scavenger. Swing in with Wind Robber. Sure. I don't think they're quite ready for how many scavengers we have. And I think we have control of the game now. Queasting Beast. It's on a queast. Yep. No, we've milled them enough. We'll trade in Steve's Guild Enforcer. Boom. And now we just start gaining back gods in life, and we have a beautiful counterspell up for if they do get anything, and we can cash out Wind Robber at any time. And now I'm gonna give them the premature GGs just to be a dick. Past the blocks. Boom. You love to see it. Counter. Get clapped. Oh, that felt good. That felt good. It's always nice when you just have the answers and your opponent's just like, I guess I'll just die now. Ooh, we got a lithoform engine. Alright, one more win to break even. We're at 2 losses, so as long as we don't drop this next game, we at least break even, which was the goal. At minimum, you always want to break even. Because we're not technically breaking even. We're getting 500 gold, which is what we paid to enter, and 3 cards. There's no blue, which scares me. But double Heartless Act Thieves Guild Enforcer, when we're on the draw, I think we can keep this. Opponent is on Luris. This is probably the Luris control deck, or Luris Rogues. Opponent leading with a mountain. Oh, so this is cycling. Okay, and we drew the island. We are good. Yep, this is cycling. Cool, 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 cool. So we're gonna mill them a bunch, and we just need to remember to keep our counter spells for Zenith Flare, and we'll be fine. Run out, Thieves Guild Enforcer. they want to snipe it, they can. But I think all their shit just cycles, so we should be good. Get in for one. And pass it to the opponent. We just have a grip of interaction, so... Yep. They're just going to cycle to their heart's content. I wonder if we can get the mill win. This Drown and Walk is going to be fire. Sure. Sure. If we're going to kill the fox, I'm just going to do it with the Drown and Walk. During their end step. Sure. You got it for your fox. Boop. Bop the fox. For fox's sake. And now we can get in. For 3. And they've accelerated our own clock. We still have counters. So... Yep, they're gonna probably spend a turn cycling and want to get to Zenith Flare, or they're gonna add Luris to their hand right here. Yeah, that's fine. Blowout, Drannith Stinger. Boom. We'll go ahead and play that as the land. Get in for 3. And I think we just run this little tempo control game right now. Yep. Obviously not wanting to use the white in case they get the Zenith Flare. Flare for 11. File that. So then, can they recover? I mean, if they just have more Zenith Flares, they have more Zenith Flares. So let's anti-cognition that. We'll stack it like that so we can have another Zenith Flare counter. So these Zenith Flare ups for 12. Okay, that's the last card in their hand. We can... No, we cannot. Thought we had enough. Sure. So they add Luris to hand. That's fine. Cycle Memory Leak. Sure. So we can play Nighthawk Scavenger to accelerate our clock. And we'll start gaining back Gobs of Life too. Luris, sure. Sure. Cycle Boon. And we will kill Luris in response. So now they get to ping us for 1. But we're going to be holding up counter. Yeah, ping us for another one. Sure. You're out of mana. Now we get to hit him for 6 and gain 6. Boom. So they're just trying to dig for Zenith Flare, because that's their only way out. Because I highly doubt they're going to chain together, what, enough cycles to actually get us got. And, okay, yeah, they're officially below. Sure. Single white mana. We will flash in Zareth Sand 5 mana. Mill and Zenith Flare. Actually, swing with everything. Make them have to give up the Stinger. And they'll go to 1. We'll go back up to 12. And we'll just pass. That's a land. That's a Footfall Crater. Sure. I'm sure it was a Stifle effect. And opponent scoops it up. Yep, that's how you take down cycling. So we officially broke even. So there we go. Always a bonus, always bonus. And got all of our quests done for the day. Cool, cool, cool. Keep the pain train rolling here. Alrighty, as much as I'd love to keep this, we have no black sources, so that's not happening. We will mulligan. Much better keep here. As greedy as it is, let's put the mauling back. Opponent with a Mire Triton, so this is probably a Croxa deck. Sure. So we will pass for now. Get in for 2 for our opponent, no blocks. Boom. Timurant calls the dead. Sure. Untapped black source would be epic. That's an untapped black source. Yep. They still don't have the red sources for Croxa, so I'm not as worried about it. They're also already down to 36 cards in deck, so I think Thieves Guild Soaring Thought Thief is going to be really good. We might actually be able to deck them. Thieves Guild. Soaring Thought Thief. Sure. We're milling so many red sources. It's hilarious. They're down to 20 cards in the library. I'm not going to attack. I'll start attacking with Nighthawk Scavenger next turn. But they are missing a red source. They did scry 3 to the top, so that tells me they probably found it. Yeah, they found Favorite Passage. Okay. So I'm assuming they reanimate Croxa here. But they're down to 18 cards. And I can just start slapping in the air. No blocks. You can get through with your 2/2 Death Touch. Boom. So if they try to cast anything before combat, we just automatically Lofty Denial, whatever it is. Just because whenever Croxa attacks, we have to discard it anyhow. Although there is... I could say that keeping it would be better, because then I discard something to Croxa that doesn't burn me. So there is that. So yeah, sure. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So yeah, we have to block. Croxa's gotta go. Yeah, we'll block like that. They can replay Croxa, which hits us for 3, but they're not. Oh, they're gonna murder us right again. Okay. That's unfortunate. Now I think we're just dead. Now I think we're just dead. But we had the break even, so... would have liked to have gone harder. Would have liked to have gone farther. But... Ox. So then they dump their hand and draw 3. Going to 14 cards. Fabled Passage. Cracks it. Goes to 13 cards in the deck. And the Blood Chief's Thirst. Yep, we're dead. We're so dead. Give our opponent a good game here. And concede. Because, like, they hit us for 6 there, and then they just bring back Croxa. Because we can block the Ox, but... Alrighty. Claim our prizes there, and we got some goodies to unpack. Boom. We got our Mastery Tree. Want to go... Which one do we want to do? Blue. Blue. I gotta be honest with who I am. Yep. And then we got a couple packs. Boom. What do we get here? Ashaya, Soul of the Wild. Cards are really good. And Nipple Trap Finder. A card that is amazing and limited, especially if you can, if you're built well around party. Alrighty. That's going to be the video. Thank you guys for watching. As you know, streams are Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We also have the TCG Player store. If you want to support the channel, help me out. You can hop over tcgplayer.com, Jesse's Card Empire. Link is in the description down below. And follow me on Twitter. That's where I do all my updates about the stream and like what's going on over there. So follow me on Twitter, Jesse's Card EMP. Link is also in the description for that. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Peace!